Now, Wikipedia has shut down its English language site for 24 hours in protest against proposed anti-piracy laws being discussed in America. Nick Pickles from Big Brother Watch joins us now from central London. They've also shut down their website. Good to talk to you, Mr. Pickles. Just want to get your position, your precise position on this. Do you accept that those that create content have a right to defend their copyright, but this is not the way these laws being discussed in America are not the way to go about it?
Absolutely. People who create work should be able to make a living from that and protect their rights. And indeed, this legislation includes some good proposals around targeting the people who facilitate advertising, for example, on copyright infringing websites. But at the heart of these proposals, it would ultimately mean the United States, a democracy, introducing exactly the same kind of controls on the internet that are currently in place in Russia and China. And that ultimately will only have a crippling effect on free speech.
Well, just give us a sense, I mean, to illustrate this then, and why you've joined the protest, to illustrate for people who may not be familiar with your website, what it does at the moment and what might have to change if these laws are enacted.
Well, the one current part that we're very concerned about and that has led to the Wikipedia shutdown and other such protests is quite clear. Currently, for example, the Sky News website is hosting a spoof video of the film Downfall. That's been reported as part of the discussion around the resignation of the Labour Party's Twitter czar. Unfortunately, that content is copyrighted. And what these laws would mean is that someone in the United States could complain and have, without going to court, the entire Sky News website blocked to every person in the United States, which would be a huge infringement on free speech. But also, and as the White House has recognised, the way that would be achieved would actually attack the very things on the internet that mean that when you're buying something from an online store, you can trust that website and would undermine internet security.
But, I mean, the argument also goes as well that websites like yours and others must do everything they can then to self-police and to make sure that they aren't linking to these illegal websites that are offering content for free.
And that's where this law is very, very dangerous, because it doesn't draw the distinction between accidental or minor infringements and serious infringements. It says that every infringement is the same. And we've already heard calls in the UK for these same kind of blacklists to be drawn up without anyone going to court, without evidence being debated. And ultimately, if the government and bureaucrats can control what websites are seen in a country, that will only be bad for businesses, it will be bad for individuals, and very, very bad for our sense of online privacy, because ultimately, the only way this kind of law can be policed is if everything we do is monitored 24 hours a day.
What do you do at the moment? I mean, what kind of effort do you put into this policing operation?
Well, at present, there are already very, very serious laws that protect copyright that people can be sued under. You can go to court and have a website shut down, as some people did before Christmas, actually, in the UK. So there are judicial processes to go through where you can write to somebody and say, you're infringing my copyright. There's statutory guidance on how much you can seek to recover in costs. And there's a court process where you can debate things. And the fundamental problem with these proposals is they bypass fair judicial processes and replace them with a bureaucratic process where you don't have the right to argue your case that something might be parody or satire. You are simply crippled by the fact that the person who owns the copyright doesn't like what you're doing and has then the ability to have your website and everything on it blocked to everybody in the United States or the United Kingdom. That's got to be wrong.
OK, must end it there. Mr. Pickles, thank you very much indeed. Nick Pickles there from Big Brother Watch, his concerns about those two laws being discussed in the United States.